Presidential Decree Number 651 Series 1975. Section 1, Registration of Births. All babies born in hospital, maternity clinics, private homes, or elsewhere within the period starting from January 1, 1974 up to the date when this decree becomes effective, respective of the nationality, race, culture, religion, or belief of their parents, whether the mother is a permanent resident or transient in the Philippines, and whose birth have not yet been registered, must be reported for registration in the office of the local civil registrar of the place of birth by the physician, nurse, midwife, hilot, or hospital or clinic administrator who attended the birth or in default thereof by either parent or a responsible member of the family or a relative or any person who has knowledge of the birth of the individual child. The report the above shall be accompanied with an affidavit describing the circumstances surrounding the delayed registration. Section 2. Period of registration of births. The registration of the birth of babies referred to in the preceding section must be done within 60 days from the date of effectivity of this decree without or fee or any kind. Babies born after the effectivity of this decree must be registered in the office of the local civil registrar of the place of birth within 30 days after birth by the attending physician, nurse, midwife, hilot or hospital or clinic administrator, or in default of the same, by either parent or a responsible member of the family or any person who has knowledge of the birth. The parents or the responsible member of the family and attendant at birth or the hospital or clinic administrator referred to above shall be jointly liable in case they fail to register the newborn child. If there was no attendant at birth, or if the child was not born in a hospital or maternity clinic, then the parents or the responsible member of the family alone shall be primarily liable in case of failure to register the newborn child. Section 3. Proof of birth registration, a prerequisite to school enrollment and allowance of tax exception. Henceforth, starting with the year 1975, the presentation of a birth certificate shall be a prerequisite to enrollment in the first grade in all public and private schools in the country and allowance of tax exception for dependents under the National and Internal Revenue Code. Section 4. Registration of deaths. All persons, irrespective of nationality, race, culture, religion, and belief, whether a permanent resident or a transient in the Philippines, who died in hospitals, clinic, private homes, or elsewhere, within the period from January 1, 1974 to the date of effectivity of this decree, whose deaths have not yet been registered, must be reported for registration through the local health officer to the local civil registrar for the place of death by the physician who attended the deceased or in default thereof by the nearest responsible relative or by any person who has knowledge of such death. The report referred to above shall be accompanied by an affidavit describing the circumstances surrounding the delayed registration. Section 5. Period of reporting and registration of deaths. The registration of deaths referred to in the preceding section must be done within 60 days from the date of effectivity of this decree without fine or fee of any kind. Deaths occurring after the effectivity of this decree must be reported by the nearest responsible relative or any person who has knowledge of the death within 48 hours after death to the local health officer of the place of death, who shall then issue the corresponding certificate of death and order its registration in the office of the local civil registrar within 30 days after birth. In case the deceased, when attended to by a physician, the latter must issue the necessary certificate of death within 48 hours after death and submit the same to the local health officer of the place of death, who shall order its registration in the office of the local civil registrar within the said period of 30 days after death. Section 6. No registration fee. No fees of any kind shall be imposed for the registration of births or deaths within the prescribed period. However, for the issuance of a certified copy of any birth or death documents or transcript of the entries from the civil register upon the request of the interested party, a certification fee shall be collected in accordance with existing law. Section 7. Assistance of Barrio Captain and Barangay Chairman. All barrio captains and barangay chairman shall have responsibility for disseminating this decree among their constituents and for assisting in the registration of births and deaths occurring within their respective jurisdiction to ensure complete coverage of these events. Section 8. Implementing Official. The Civil Registrar General in hereby authorize the issue rules and regulations, orders, or circulars to implement this decree. Section 9. Penalty. Any person required under this decree to report for registration any fact concerning the civil status of persons and who fails to do so, or who deliberately makes false statements in the birth or death form and presents the same of for registration, or who violates any rule or regulation which may be issued pursuant to this decree, and any local public health officer who fails to perform his duties as provided for in this decree, or violates any rule or regulation which may be issued pursuant to this decree, shall upon conviction be punished by a fine of not less than 500 nor more than 1,000 or imprisonment of not less than 3 months nor more than 6 months or both in the discretion of the court. Section 10. Repealing Clause. Any provision of law, ordinance, rules, and regulation inconsistent with the provision of this decree are hereby repealed or modified accordingly. Section 11. Effectivity. This decree shall take effect for 45 days after its approval, done in the city of Manila this 31st day of January in the year of our Lord 1975. Thank you.